And we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Irida, and I'm coming to you live from the United Kingdom. Yet again, with another session of the Go Live, wherein I'm interviewing my business partners to share their journey. Over this to share their business journey with us. So today we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Dr. Susie, and she's joining us also from the UK. Dr. Susie, a very warm welcome to you, and thank you for accepting my invite.
The pleasure is all mine, Dr. Ida. Thank you so much for
Thank you
inviting
so
me.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Irida, and I am the face behind this page. I am a dentist by profession, a wife, a mom to a toddler son, and also a proud digital business owner. Basically, from India, now living in the United Kingdom. So, we are here today to share this journey of Dr. Susie, a transformational journey actually from being a GP to a proud digital business owner. So, for those who are watching us live at this moment, greetings to you all. And I can see there's Zahir who's joined. He's my mentor, and he's joining us from the USA. So, just a big shout out to Zahir Bhai. So, yeah, as we move into this session, my first question to Dr. Susie would be just give us an introduction about yourself first. Just introduce yourself to our viewers.
Sure. Thanks, Arida. So I'm Dr. Susie Jacob, and I obviously work like Arida. I work in the UK, but I'm a general practitioner by background. I'm a clinician as well as I am in clinical management also. So I split between being a clinician and management roles. I am married to the love of my life, who is a chef, and also I have a 15-year-old daughter and a proud digital business owner.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. So, I want to know, like most of our viewers would want to know, that why, as a medical professional, you have joined this digital business. What is your main why for joining the business, and what were your pains and struggles before you could start this online business? If you can share about that to our viewers, please.
Absolutely, that's one of the common questions which people ask because
Exactly.
people are surprised when they hear like medical professionals joining the business. Like most people believe that we are high earners, which we are, but I
Yeah.
think what people don't realize is with the high earnings comes high taxes. So I pay really high taxes. Another thing is, when you are in a medical professional like yourselves, we are licensed to an organization and we have to renew all that. So those are all expenses. Like to practice in the UK or anywhere else, the safest ways, you will have to have a medical insurance indemnity. You pay out for that. Then you pay out for your union. So these are all big expenses. And even like sometimes, travel expenses to go see patients and things like that are not actually covered in as part of our job. So there's a lot of outgoings. So although we earn an amount, if you look at sometimes the outgoings, it's not kind of proportionate. And I think most general practitioners will agree with what I'm saying. Unfortunately, UK is one of the countries where medical professionals are earning the least in the Western world, and
True.
especially in London, where there is a very the cost of living in London is really high. Most people can't even afford living in London anymore. So that's so there's no point saying that you are earning a certain amount of money, because there are lots of expenses. So with that comes, and the thing is, of course, people will say, but you could take up more shifts. Yes, and that's what I was doing, because I didn't know anything better before. But working full time, when I started the business, I was working full time. That means I was working 5 days a week. Most GPs work not more than 4 days a week, but I was working 5 days a week. And sometimes for expenses, like if I wanted to go on a holiday, I was doing extra shifts just to cover the expenses of the holiday. And what that meant for me was I was not present for my family, not present for my daughter. There was a time when she said, still remember her telling, Mama, you're never at home. And when you are like, when you come back from work, there are times when I come back go in for work at 8:15, come back by 8, and then you're completely zoned off, and she tells me her day, and I'm not listening because I don't have the
Right.
energy to kind of
You're
listen
tired.
to her. I'm too tired. Sometimes when she talks too much, because she's an extroverted person, when she talks too much, I was getting angry. So I was getting angry with everything and very snappy, irritable, and I was not enjoying. I went into the medical profession to enjoy what I was doing, but because of the hours that I was doing and working just to make a living, I was no longer enjoying it. So like in what most people say, less is more. The less you do, the more enjoy. Like now, thanks to the business, I've been able to cut down my hours, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing better. I'm more happier. Like, I travel more, and yeah, so I'm much more happier person now. And another thing was the pandemic is what changed me completely. My husband was moving from one job to another, and he was supposed to start a job, and that time we went into lockdown, so he was unemployed and we didn't get furlough, and that
Right.
meant I had to work. I had to
Mm-hmm.
compensate for the income that was not coming in from his side. And then I was like scared of getting in COVID myself, because I was seeing patients face to face also. So you're always scared whether you will catch the virus, and whether you would get long COVID, and what if you were not able to do. So I understood that I needed a plan B, because something happened to me, what would my family do? So that's when I realized, yes, I do need a plan B. And I'm glad that I've done my research and found the business, and it's doing well for me.
Right. Amazing, amazing. Yes, the beauty about this business is the flexibility it offers you. I mean, for me, being a mom, I wanted to spend time with my baby. And that's why I was looking into something wherein I could work from the comfort of my home while still being able to, spend time with him. And that's what exactly this business offers you. And yes, as you've said, this many of the people in this business, they do it as a plan A or a plan B, like yourself. I mean, being proactive and preparing for a future which is so uncertain. So yes, definitely. Well, moving on to the next question would be, what is your biggest result or a change that has happened when you've joined this online business? What impact has this business on your life?
For me, it's the time freedom. I have to say, it's the time freedom, because before, if I wanted the money, I was trading my time for the money. I no longer do
Right.
that, because my business is set up. It's running behind the background right now while we're talking. I'm getting queries, I'm getting sales done, and all those things are just happening in the background without me having to be present. While when I work as a general practitioner or a clinical manager, I have to be present. Whether I'm working
Exactly.
from home, like, yes, some of my job roles I'm working from home, but still I am present during that time, even if I'm working from home. While for the business, I'm not present, because even when I'm working, the business is running. So it's passive income, or semi-passive income, what you need to say, because we do put in the effort, we put in set things up, and also semi-passive income. But once it's set up, it just runs behind in your background, and that has given me the time freedom which I was longing for. And
Right.
I no longer do extra shifts. I haven't done extra shifts. I don't know now, 1.5, 2 years. I think I haven't done a single extra shift because I don't have to. I have gone for more holidays without worrying about paying for the holiday. Then I've cut down my hours now, from working 5 days to 4 days a week now. So it's all thanks to the business, really. And the other thing is, before starting this business, I was not very, actually, some people, when I tell them now, I'm actually an extrovert. I'm not an sorry, I'm an introvert, more like an ambivert. It is the correct term. My husband and my daughter are extroverted, but I'm more of an introverted and ambivert, where sometimes I can be vocal, but most of the time I am introverted. While after starting to do this business, I have the confidence of actually talking to people, putting my ideas across, getting my communication skills have become a lot better. While before, I remember, for management, you sometimes have to be in meetings, and I remember still going for a meeting and where I had to present to 800 people. 1 hour before the meeting, I was pacing up and down. I was doing the meeting in a Zoom meeting, and I remember going to the toilet 2 times. And my husband was like, "You're okay. You will do it." I was like, I was having palpitations
Right.
just thinking about presenting. And it's not because I didn't know what I was going to say. It's just the idea of talking to
Just
800
the
people.
thought. Yes. Yes.
And I
Yes.
still
Yes.
remember, and that's all completely gone. And now, going into meetings is not a big thing. I don't even think twice about going into meetings now. So it's developed me as a person, I have to say. From it's given me a lot of confidence. That's because of our training. So our training gives us the tools that we need to build ourselves, and then we have mentors and coaches that believe in us and who encourage us to all the time checking on us and how we are doing. So it's really, really amazing. It's a blueprint to success, really. And if you follow the blueprint, there's no way that you will not succeed.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's so much of, for me, there was so much of a personal growth as being confident. Same like you, I was never outspoken, always introvert. But then joining this business, it gives you so much of confidence to present yourself, to go live like this, and there's so much of positivity which it brings. You learn so much about social media. For me, social media, Facebook was just liking and sharing and commenting once upon a time. But now you know how to leverage the social media, and so much of positivity as well. And, your mindset changes. And that's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, thank you for that question, for that answer. So now moving on to the next question. What advice would you give to the people who are sitting on the fence and, thinking maybe, is this for me? Is this not for me? Or, or skeptical about it? What would you like to say to those kind of people today?
Yeah. So unfortunately, we've been taught, when growing up, that, the way to success is going to school, studying well, doing a professional course, get the job and your life will be sorted. That was kind of like the mantra we've been taught. And, I spent my 20s and 30s climbing up the career ladder, and I became a lead GP. And then I realized there was absolutely, there was very minimal financial benefit around becoming a lead GP, but the responsibilities were huge. And it never gave me the time freedom. And then I would say, like, if you're thinking that through your job you're going to get that time freedom and live the life of your dreams, you're highly mistaken. Going by, like, I'm just sharing my life. I learned, like, not that I will change what I've been, because I still love being a doctor and I'll continue being a doctor. Only thing, gradually, if I feel I can't do the hours, now I have a plan and my earnings are now exceeded what as I do as a part-time GP. So, for me, I have my backup plan, and at any point of time, if I feel I'm overwhelmed by my job, I can just take a step back, and I can afford to. And that is the freedom that this business has given me, and for which I am forever grateful, that I found it. Now I work because I love what I do. I actually have a shift in a couple of hours, but now I have that energy and that bubble, because I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Correct.
Like, I want to help people, and I want to do. Before, I was doing because, okay, I have this bill to pay, that bill to pay. And it is a very scary thing. I was never in Facebook, I was never in WhatsApp. The reason why I joined Facebook was because my parents were in Facebook, and I was like,
Okay.
oh my god, my parents are in Facebook. It's a shame if I don't join. And my parents were in WhatsApp, and then I was like, they're in WhatsApp, they needed me to communicate. So I
Right,
was more
right.
like, kind of forced into these things. And I like what you exactly said. And then what happened is, we were getting sucked into the average. There was a statistics that came out in April. The average amount of time a person spends on social media is 2.5 hours, and you are just wasting that 2.5 hours of your time whiling away. Yes, you might have a bit of a laugh and things like that, but what we are doing, the difference is now that I am using that time to make money. I'm
Right.
leveraging social media to monetize, and so that I can now spend time, with my family. Last month I had 2 vacations. I made a surprise visit for my dad's 75th birthday. I flew to India. He didn't even know I was coming, and I knocked at the door and said, "Hi, Dad." And my parents were
Amazing.
shocked. And those sort of things is
I know.
priceless. It's priceless.
Exactly.
The
True,
joy
very
that
true.
on his face, just because I went for his birthday, no amount of money in the world can buy you that
Amazing.
joy.
Yeah.
And then it was my anniversary. We went out. Me and my husband went away again. And all this is because I could afford and I could do it, is because of the business. Like, if I was not, and before I was scared, will I get the leave if I ask to leave? Now I'm more like, I am taking my day. I'm taking my leave. And if you don't like me taking leave, just tell me whether I need to leave. It's more like that. And why am I that confident now? Because I have a plan B that earns more than my plan A.
Amazing. Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yes, it is scary, but we are people like you, and both of us are doctors. We wouldn't entertain ourselves doing any kind of scam. We wouldn't jeopardize our registration to do any kind of scam. And if we are talking to you in public forum like this, means it's definitely not a scam. And we are now here to help and mentor you if you would also like to enjoy the life that we are enjoying at the moment. So please reach out to myself or Arida, and we are more than happy to take you through the next steps to live the life of your dreams, really.
Amazing. Yes, absolutely. So, for people who are watching us now or who will watch us later on a replay, thank you so much for your time. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me or Dr. Susie, as she's mentioned, and we will be more than happy to help you. So, yes, if you want to go ahead, you need to think out of the box sometimes, and embrace the change, take the risks, and take action. So, yes, I hope this beautiful journey of Dr. Susie has inspired you all to take the action and to embrace the change for a better life for you, for your children, for your family. Yes, until we meet again, thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. Have a good evening. Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.